And we're back for game 4. It's Ike versus Nana. I can't fathom Ike winning this match. I feel like this is just going to be another match where I make like a cut. I cut past a lot of the stall bullshit. I feel like I'm probably going to leave most of game 3 intact. I'm not going to do it 2,000 years later for game 3 because I figured it'll at the very least be entertaining to watch Daniel like come back, because Daniel was actually like at a disadvantage for a large majority of that game. He was actually able to bring it back towards the end, so I guess that'll be fun to watch. I don't know though, we'll see how this game goes. I'm probably just going to cut out a lot of this too though. And Daniel gets the Berserk Ike. I can't even be excited about it anymore. Like, I feel like if this was game 1 or game 2, I'd have been like, oh my god, and the Berserk Ike comes out, this is huge for Daniel, it gives him access to his orbs, which Jared most certainly would not give him, blah 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 blah. But, now I'm just like, whatever, dude. I just want to get this over with. Watching stall drains me. Watching stall probably drains me more than actually playing it does. Jared gets the turn 3 Nana out. Let's see if Jared manages to get the turn 4 Delphia this time. That'd certainly be very helpful. Turn 4 Delphia screws over Ike pretty hard. I feel like Daniel like actually wants to stay in Berserk Ike this match. Just gives him even more cards. Like, Berserk Ike is practically just like 3 cards in this matchup. Skill might as well be like, at the end of your turn, draw a card. You know, 3 advantage. It's always good. Oh, well, Daniel does not seem to agree with me going into the 4-3 Ike. Possibly hoping to growth. I don't know how well that's going to work out for him, though. Daniel runs. Yep, it doesn't even hit. Should have stayed in Berserk Ike. I'm just fucking. Yeah, I'm sure Daniel had his reasons. I guess he was just afraid that Jared would like actually be able to kill him. Maybe he wanted to accelerate his growth thing. Maybe he... Oh, yep, and Jared does have Fidelity. That is unfortunate for Daniel. He grabs a Nino and a Lincia. It could certainly be worse for Daniel. And he passes turn. So, how does Daniel win this match? I think he just, like, grows Ike to the point where there's no way Jared can like even hit him, even with critting. So I'm just screwed. I'm just gonna pull up his deck list. Let's see how many Ikes Daniel runs. He has 4, 8, 12, 14, 17. He has 18 Ikes. So the most he can get. All right. So yeah, 4, 8, 12. 14, 17, 18. I'm not missing any Ikes anywhere, am I? Alright, I'm not. Cool. Yeah, Jared gets a Jenny overclass, gets his orbs back up, preparing to eventually sell off and draw 10 million cards. The huge plays a bunch of 1-cost flyers. I guess he just doesn't have dodges, but like, you know, if you don't have dodges, you still have like 3 orbs. Ike's not the type of deck that can burst you down from 3 orbs unless you have no dodges, in which case those flyers aren't going to save you. This Lol 7-5 Ike has 1-2 range. That's the only way Ike bursts you down from 3 orbs from 7-5 Ike. He gets the Micaiah, so he will be in range of 7-5 Ike, and I assume that Daniel's doing this. Oh yeah, I'm dumb. Never mind. I get why Jared tapped me back. He didn't want to get aethered. Duh. Lol. Yeah, ignore me. I'm being dumb. Dumb T-Barn. Back at it again. But it doesn't matter. Daniel is able to clear Micaiah. He goes for the Fae. I guess that's fair. He doesn't want Fae to overclass, but at the same time, I almost feel like I would rather just go for Claire there. Prevent Nana. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter, because maybe if like Micaiah was deployed at the back line, which he isn't, which is understandable, he needs to get rid of a Jenny, but like if Micaiah, in the theoretical world where Micaiah was deployed on the back line, I would want to kill the Claire, prevent Nana from tap moving up to kill Micaiah, but yeah. Daniel is at a fairly nice spot here. He has 7 cards growth. He's growing fairly quickly. And Jared just can't do anything. He has a 3-card hand. Wow. That's interesting. You don't see that very often with when you're playing when you're watching people play Nana. 3-card hand. But yeah, Daniel has Daniel has the same now if he dodged with Micaiah. And oh wow, Jared's not even gonna attempt to hit. Yeah, there's no point because Micaiah can't self. That's right. So yeah, Jared or Daniel is just gonna be able to keep on building that Micaiah stack. Being able to keep Micaiah on the board for an extra turn when playing Ike is just so good. He's going to be able to bring Ike up to a 9 stack. That'll become a 10 stack once he goes into 7-5. If he can continue to keep Ike on the board, and that stack is going to grow even more. It's going to grow into a 12 stack. That'd be pretty crazy. He's just going to go straight into 7-5, like no reason to keep on messing around. I feel like Jared's probably just going to take all of his orbs. Nope, not going to take all of his orbs. I don't know. If I were Jared, I might have taken a few orbs, like you're 2 cards in hand. I think it might be in your best interest to do so. Claire goes down. Be very surprised if Micaiah lives past his turn. Is Daniel knocking to Micaiah? Maybe he forgot. Maybe he didn't have Ike in my retreat. Or in his retreat. I can't check because don't have retreat access. I don't know. It might have been a misplay on Daniel's part. I have no idea. Maybe he just didn't have Ike's in his retreat. Could have been either or. Nino and Valencia go poof. Yeah, Micaiah is certainly not living now. If there's an Ike. Tuh. Take a drink of water. Alright, plays Nino on the front line. This is standard Ike. You put another frontline mage to prevent your opponent from like dodging. I wonder if Jared has any more Nana dodges. Well, who knows? Maybe he didn't, but that's a self, so rip. Daniel still has 1 Berserk Ike in his deck. Maybe he's gonna stack it here. That could be a possibility. And before he does that, and Jared just passes turn. Nope. Neither of these players are really capable of doing much of anything, and there is a self for Jared to make up for the self that Daniel got last turn. Let's see what Daniel... Oh, there's another Micaiah. That's cool. Yeah. If Jared doesn't have dodges, then he might just die here. That could just be the set. Yeah, he does have a dodge, so Jared's going to be able to survive. Nino and Micaiah can't kill him this turn. No reason to move Nino back. Nana has 1-2 range anyways. Or I mean, there is some reason. It's like, oh, you want to kill the Nino, he can now deploy a 1-2 range unit in the back line and attack that Nino. But it's like, there's not very much of a point. That's my point. But I swear I can speak English, guys. I swear I can speak English. Yeah. The scary thing for Daniel here is just a Holy War, which could be coming up. He's bonding the Nana. Did he even use Nana's bond skill? Wow. Maybe a self is coming up here. I feel like that's a possibility. Yep, there it is. Yeah, Jared rarely bonds his Nana unless his Seliph is on the way. And yeah, how many bonds does Jared have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 14. So it's safe to assume he's gonna get an 11 card hand here. Daniel is at a 10 stack, so it'll be a bit of a pain for Jared to finish Daniel off, but I mean, it's probably within the realm of possibility. Jared just overclasses Faye like 10 million times, gets Daniel down to 0 orbs, and then crits him with everything. Something that he could probably do pretty feasibly, considering that he has an 11 card hand. He's not going to flip his other bonds. No doubt he does. I think he definitely wants to, yeah, those Nanas and Jennies and Fays and the like. If he's going to try and kill, yeah, I assume he would take Faye. Yeah, he's just going to leave those other 4 bonds. Yeah, that's just going to be it. Jared looking like he's in a fairly solid position, although he doesn't have enough face to just like totally burst Daniel down. He doesn't have Jenny 1s to overclass into Jenny 5. He does, or Jenny 4, I keep on calling it Jenny 5. He doesn't have big Delphia to overclass into the D's with a small Delphia to overclass, so I don't know. I'm saying Jared looks fine right now. He might actually not be fine. I could just be wrong like I was last game. This is probably still very winnable for Daniel. Let's see what he does though. I wonder if Daniel Ira's his turn. I feel like I don't agree with that play. I think that's a waste of an Ira. I think he can almost like say with like guarantee that he doesn't have a Seliph in his hand. And he just had 1 Fae in his hand. Meanwhile, he's going to be deploying like Jennies and Delphias, and he'll have like 10 of those in his hand. And I feel like the Ira would have been way more useful to help clear those than it would have been to clear the just that Fae, because I'm pretty sure he like almost guaranteed doesn't have a Seliph in his hand. Anyways, let's see if that one card that was in Jared's hand before he Holy Orb is a Delphia, because Delphia would be very useful here. Seems not. Gets a Berserk Ike. Lucky for Daniel that that was in his orbs, not in his deck. It's not going to screw him over, but I think Daniel would be wise to try and find a way to get that Berserk Ike out of his retreat before it shuffles back in. Want to get those Berserk Ikes out of your deck. They can really fuck you over. Yeah, Nana's just going to use her skill again, prepare for the next Seliph, because these 8 cards are most likely not going to last him the rest of the match. We saw earlier he got an 18 card hand, and that still wasn't enough to help him, like, allow him to win against Tiki, so he'll need more than that. Ooh, racing. That could be very useful. Let's see what he decides to apply pressure on. He chooses Fae. Yeah, he's gonna dodge. That's gonna eat up the race. That's fair. I think that both Fae and Nana are like perfectly valid choices here to apply pressure on with racing. It barely didn't hit. That barely, like that barely hit. I meant. That's what I meant to say. Lol. Yeah, I think that like these late game matchups are matchups where racing is most useful for Icon. I think outside of that, racing struggles to be particularly useful, but here it's quite nice. Eats up both a Fae and a Nana dodge for Ike. Boys, Jenny just overclasses off of 2 big Jennies, gets a second orb. I don't know how I feel about Jared backlining the Jenny. I feel like it won't matter. Let's check how many race and Daniel runs. He runs 1, so it actually does not matter. In the situation that Daniel ran more than 1 race, and might as well just frontline the Jenny. Ike has 2 range. Gonna hit the Jenny no matter what anyways. I do not believe Jared has any of for Jenny in his hand, although he might have drawn into one since the last final Holy War, so I don't know. Daniel gonna use Eliwood, see if he can get anything good with it. Let's see, does he have a Jenny dodge? He does not. That's pretty good for Daniel. Guinevere, yeah, I definitely would not deploy that if I was Daniel. Takes the orb. Alright, and we're back to where we were before the Jenny overclass. 1 orb. And here comes another final Holy War. Oh my gosh. It just keeps on going. It's the cycle of life. Eventually, Jared's either going to outlast Daniel, or he's going to just run out of resources and lose to Daniel. I'm going to go again. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back, I think. Yeah, we're back. Sorry, I have to keep on checking that. I'm paranoid. So, it looks like Jared final Holy War. Daniel played a Marcia, presumably to get the Berserk Ike out of his deck. And Jared just dealt the Daniel. Daniel's down to 1 orb, so this game is actually starting to get somewhat interesting. I wish I had actually been there for what Seliph grabbed the final Holy War. I guess I can scroll up, try and figure out what he grabbed. Yeah, so here's the Seliph discard. Makes, what does he move to his hand? He moves a Jenny, 2 Delthea 1s, 1 Jenny 1, 2 Delthea 1s, 1 Big Fae, 2 Nana dodges, and a Leif to his hand. So yeah, he could potentially just crit Daniel out. I don't know though. Like, obviously there's no way that Daniel gets hit at all here besides being crit, so we'll see. Yeah, he definitely has the Delthea dodge. Mir's gonna be swinging into Nana. Daniel's gonna probably grab a card with Mir. It's gonna bring Mir down to 50 because he'll only have 5 bonds. I doubt Daniel really cares that much though. I don't know, maybe he's definitely grabbing a card. He's grabbing that Ira. That's gonna be useful, no doubt. Yeah, let's see what Jared decides to do. Jared is kind of on the clock. I feel like he's close to finishing Daniel off, but like he needs to do it before it's too late. Otherwise, Daniel's just gonna kill him. Oh, he gets Yaira. He gets the Berserk Ike. Daniel has 1 other card in his hand. I'm not sure what it is. I assume it's an Ike though. Yeah, Mir goes down to Mir's 50 because Daniel only has 5 bonds. She's going to die. It's not looking good for Daniel. I wonder if Jared has a... Oh, no. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't know. I honestly don't think I agree with that. I think that you're in a situation where you are kind of on a clock, and I think you do want to like try and kill, like put pressure on Daniel and try and kill him as quickly as possible. I don't think I would wait for the Fae. So now this is happening. Well, Jared ended up getting a flyer, so it doesn't make that big of a difference. But wow, yeah, Daniel doesn't even care. He's just gonna go straight for Banana. Maybe he just suspects he has another Delthea evade. I don't think it's guaranteed that he has another Delthea evade, but he's just going to make the assumption that he does.
I feel like he might as well just attack the Delthea again, because let's say if he only ever Delthea in his hand as a 5-4, or a 4-5, fuck, my bad, then, like, if that was the case, now Jared gets another Delthea overclass, but if it wasn't, but if he attacked, Daniel attacked Jared, then that wouldn't be the case. And like if that doesn't turn out to be the case, like the worst case scenario is he dodges with a Delthea 1. It's still pretty good. He's still getting Deltheas out of his hand. It's no different from attacking face, really. Getting Nanas out of his hand, getting Deltheas out of his hand. Ike's up to 120 now. I don't think it matters too much, though. Oh, wow. Jared has nothing to play. This could actually be pretty good for Daniel. I think Jared's still, like, in a position where he can win. Like, he needs to, like, drop, like, a Fae. Because it seems like Jared is afraid of giving Daniel his last orb, which I don't know how I feel about that. I wonder if Daniel's AFK or something. That's why he's not supported. But yeah, maybe the... Okay, yeah, Daniel's there. Kaya is going to go down, I'm pretty sure. Oh, nope, he's attacking. And he can't even crit that even if he wanted to. Jared just preparing, presumably, for another final Holy War, and that is going to make it a lot easier because he just got a Seliph with Nana skills, so next turn he can play a Nana 5, use Nana 5's Bond skill to grab that Seliph, then final Holy War. You know how it works. Just grab a fuck ton of cards. Jared still has a fairly sizable hand from his last final Holy War. Hopefully he doesn't... Oh, wow. Another flyer to protect the Delthea. That's unfortunate for Daniel. Yeah, Daniel still runs a fairly decent support base here. He runs Rebecca. Let's take a look at his deck list. He runs 2 Elliewood, 2 Rebecca, 4 Marcia, and 4 Lincia. And that is 12 flyers. And I think Jared runs 16. So Jared only really has like 4 more flyers than Daniel. So it'd be like one thing if it was like a deck that like I would generally play where like no flyers are being ran. So if Jared gets a flyer on that Delthea, it just straight up means that Nino isn't hitting. But Daniel has plenty of ways of breaking through flyers when it comes to supports. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I feel like this is probably just game over for Daniel. I don't see how he comes back from this because now Jared's gonna have like a what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's gonna have like an 11 card hand, I think. Yeah, there's a Fae overclass. No doubt that's gonna come out next turn. So then he just, after using Fae overclass to get the last orb, Jared just needs to crit Daniel a bunch, and that'll be that. It'll be game over. Yeah, I wonder if there's anything Daniel could have done to avert this. I feel like the game almost certainly ends next turn. I think the big thing is just that Jared managed to get his Deltheas this game. Whereas like last game, Jared really didn't get very many Deltheas at all. I think that's definitely made a huge difference. Yep, Jared is not going to bother attacking. He's just going to Fae on the following turn. Bring Daniel down to 0 orbs and then just try and kill him with everything. Crit him a bunch. Daniel has not drawn for turn yet. I can't help but feel like Daniel's turn is just going to be draw, attack, Jared dodges, turn end. See, maybe Daniel has something he can deploy. There's an Elliewood. I don't think that's going to do him any good though, pretty sure. He still dies no matter what next turn.
Yeah. It's super unfortunate for Daniel. Missed a lot of 20s and 30s this game. I don't know how much of a difference that would have made in the long run. Yeah, looks like we're gonna be going to a game 5. It's gonna be is it gonna be an Eichmere? I think it's gonna be an Eichmere. Yeah, Jared has won with Sirius and Nana as he beat Daniel's Ike with Sirius. What decks did... Oh yeah, Daniel beat Nana once with Tiki. I was about to say, is Ike the only deck that has lost so far? But nah, Nana lost once too. This set has definitely not gone the way I expected it to. Mainly just that Sirius ended up beating Ike, Sirius ended up beating Ike game 2. I was not expecting that. Yeah, now we're gonna end up going to a game 5. Pretty sure there's no way Daniel survives his turn yet, but here's the crit. Presumably with GG if he has a dodge. No doubt that Jared has crits for like everything else. Yep. That's a Nana crit. That is a good game. And before Daniel just got like 3 Miracle Emblem / Rebecca supports, but it's not happening. Daniel, I guess, just curious about what his next top decks were. Alright, so yeah, game 5. It's Eichmere time. Hope to see you then.